Hello, we're going to finish up the Halloween house. So I did do this as a separate tutorial. I'm using my same model house, and the colors are a little different on here, so I'm going to show you. With your dome, on mine, I had just done the same roofing, and then I cut it. So you can do a lot of different things with the edge of your dome, because if you notice, you have a lip here. And on this lip, you can also do beads. You could do, let me get some black behind here so you can see better. You could do bling. You can do a lot. You could leave it plain if you like. And a couple of things I want to show you. Now, if you bought these domes before in the past, you may have, they've been out for a few years, you may have bought the die that goes with it that actually cuts this circle and cuts this out. But it's not necessary. It's just an added thing that you can do. This will fit over the dome, and then you can decorate or you can cut these edges and make it into a decorative form. Then the center of that you can glue down on the edge of your dome. I just put mine on the house, and it will sit at an angle. I put it at the house. So what I'm going to have to do is, let me grab an ink pad. Should be about the width I need, because I want to just put it on the other edge of this house due to the fact that, oops, I don't want to have to redo it. That'll give us a little balance. So you would put it down, and if you are using your circle, you'll need to cut down this square, and I do need to turn that off. I always forget. So see, it would sit here. Then you can clip your corners, decorate it as you wish. Or I'll be using, again, the roofing pieces to show you. And I want the back of this house to show. So in your Halloween kit, you have the dome. The only thing you don't have is your adhesive. I'm going to be using E6000. On my other one, I did use the Crystal Glaze. It will work. You can use foam dots as long as you get them placed. You have to get them, or foam tape, butted together so that nothing will fall out. That's the secret. E6000 is wonderful, and it will actually hold it down pretty well. Or you can use your foam tape and your E6000. And then what I'll have to do is we'll put it on, and I'll let this dry. I'll come back on the video. Of course, you won't know. And we'll do the edging of it. Like I said, I've already got a dome down. There we go. Get rid of some of that rocking. So to get started, you want to grab your beads. I've already got mine in a container, and you just kind of, they are messy. You have to pile them up. And they are a little bit roly-poly. And if you have a shop vacuum, it's a great cleanup tool. So just let things kind of roll. If you have little ones, please be careful that if they're in your craft room right now, because these do produce a choking hazard, of course, and we don't want that. But we have the seedlings in there that like to move around. Whoops, and there's plenty of this in your kit. The thing to do is to stack it, and then you have to kind of clear it away. And like I said, it's those rolly beads in there. But I do want to use all of it, because you've got a pretty good sized dome. So try and get everything piled, and then if you have a paintbrush, this is just my all-purpose craft paintbrush. I'm just going to brush those off. Shop vacuums in your craft room are the best thing to have. I have one right in here. Stays plugged in at all times. I don't have a toddler, but I have Wilbur. Thing to do is to get that as much as possible. We have to have it fit in that dome. Oh, don't do that. So I may have too much here. Speaking of Wilbur, there's our Wilbur hair. Yours is going to be a little bit easier. Yours is sitting flat. Remember, I have that dome on this other side. I may need to take some off. Takes a little bit of patience, but it sure is cute. Just have a little bit more to go. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold this down tight. Actually, use a thinner brush. I'm just cleaning that off of the dome area. You know, you'll have to kind of do whatever works for you. There we go. Once you get it down, and holding it tight, then you can shake. There we go. Shake things kind of down to the bottom. It's okay. We're going to rearrange. Here's the problem. I have too much on here, so I'm going to remove some, and there's just too much. Okay, I definitely had way too much. So you'll have plenty. That makes me feel better. You'll have plenty in your bag. And one thing now you might want to do is if you have those cute buttons, maybe you want to stick a witch or so inside of there. You can do that. Just lay her carefully on top. I'm not going to add anything else. Once you have it in a workable pile that is within your dome and you have no more beads obstructing, you're going to lift your dome off. Now, I'm not going to move this too far for fear of disturbing it. Grab your adhesive, and as if you know, if you've used E6000, it likes to really come out on its own. I like to put it, it's messy, I like to put it right along the edge where the dome starts, and then I'm going to go a little bit to the outside. And a trick I learned from one of our Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations is to put Vaseline along here, so I'll do that. But once I get it on, we're going to put it over. Make sure you do get the clear. Now, as you see, my dome's a little off, so this is going to take some holding for just a little bit until it does set, and you're going to set this aside. I like to set mine aside for 24 hours. because you want it to be on there nice and secure. And then right there you can see I have kind of a bowing. So that one's going to take a little patience. You're going to have to do some holding, and then we'll be back and we'll get the outside edge covered. Once everything is dry, I am going to use my score tape. I'm going to use my 3/8 of an inch. No, that one's too big. Let's go to 1/4 inch. You got a couple. Yeah, let's go 1/4. It really is the best thing to hold this onto plastic because score tape does a really good job of holding to plastic, and we can kind of form it. So now that my dome is dry, see how cute that is? Kind of like the looking glass into the house. I'm going to move it along, and it's going to like crunch up, and it's okay because this is score tape. Once we get the backing off, it is definitely going to lay flat because it's just such a workable thing. Or you can sit here and tear it in increments. I don't. I just leave it kind of roughly like that when going in a circle. I'm not worried about it being straight at all. Then just push it down, crinkles and all. You could also add your glossy accents around this edge if you wanted to, but I've just found score tape just works a lot better. This end here, I'm going to kind of bend it backwards to give it like that finished edge. For that, I'll just add a little of my art glitter glue. Not a lot. And then as I'm doing it, I'm bunching it up. Again, so it's wrinkly, kind of pleated. And anywhere that the paper starts to overlap, then I'm going to add my art glitter glue. So again, you can do this with beads. You can do this with lace. Just about anything you want to cover that edge with. Now right here, you're going to want another piece of your score tape. Don't worry about things being off because we're going to cut it like we did the roof. Again, just fold under just a little bit so you have a finished edge. Just the art glue. You can even take buttons all the way around after. I thought I had that. So you can put buttons all the way around the outside. Definitely personalize this, make it your own. I'm just going to cut that off. Just fold it underneath. We'll do some gluing, but we do want it to overlap. So let me see, maybe not. I'm just going to do the score tape. But on the score tape, I'm going straight up that piece. Now, again, you could go beads around here on the paper. And next, I'm just sticking my scissors in there as far as it will go. Some will be longer than the others. Stick that right back down. So at this point, depending on how well yours is sticking, you can now go around and art glitter glue in areas that you feel it needs. Once I'm done playing with it, it will just be fine and lay flat like the other side. This old withered window on there. Okay, that's all there is to it. Now you can go through and decorate it more. This is the original one. Like I said, the beading was different. It's not as pretty as this. This is more in your kit. I was waiting for that to come in. So there is the haunted house. Now mine has one on both sides. You can put these on the back. Just a little fun added touch, especially for the kids. And the bead mix, I just love it that we have made. And it's on there for good. Play with it, have fun, and I hope you enjoyed our first Craftology box kit. And be sure to show us your finished projects on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations on Facebook. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.